Today we are going to do the Scream rigging and de-rigging video. So I already have the sail out of the bag, I have the mast together, I have my extension set at the right extension, and I have my boom set already. So I'm going to roll the sail out. Now the Scream has no cams, so it's quite easy to rig. You just got to slide the mast into the sleeve all the way to the top. That's what I'm going to do right now. Make sure the mast stays together, doesn't come apart. When you see the joint of the mast go by the sleeve, just make sure it's together. And then slowly pull the sleeve down. You can use the handle at the foot here. So we have an extension needed of 8, the downhole setting is 7. I've already moved the sleeve up here a little bit so it exposes the pulley. Just makes it easier to feed the rope through the pulley. When you're feeding the rope, try not to cross the rope. Now what I am going to do is I'm going to put the boom on next while the downhole is quite loose. Because that way the sleeve is loose and it's easy to get my hand in to get the boom on. So I've already had my boom set at the correct setting, which is 196. I'm going to go here. Sleeve's nice and loose so I can get my hand in there. Get my rope through. And then clamp my boom on. Now I'm going to go back to my downhole. Start pulling my downhole a little bit. There we go. So you can pretty much go off the spec box on the sail. So it says 7 downhole. I have my extension set at 8. So I'm probably going to be about 1 centimeter from the bottom. So I might be able to pull a little bit more downhole. There we go. And I'm looking for looseness in the head, definitely. The second batten, definitely. And it's starting to drift down here into the third batten. So I'm going to set my downhole, and then I can go ahead and play with it once I get back on the water and see how the sail feels with more or less downhole. So next I'm going to go and adjust my outhole, get my outhole attached. Just loop it on the clew pulley. Now the Scream is going to appear to be quite flat on the beach because it's an RAF sail. It's got most of its shape built into the luff curve of the sail, which is forward. So when the wind comes in the sail, it's going to pull back and it's going to be quite full. So you want to set the sail quite flat on the beach, and then when the wind comes in, the draft will stay forward and the shape will appear in the sail. Again, it's the same theory with the sleeve up here. You want the sleeve to be quite tight and the looseness is coming forward into the second batten and also the third batten. Before you go in the water, one thing you want to check is make sure you have enough batten tension. When the sail comes from the factory, it won't have any batten tension at all, so I've already sailed this sail. So what I'll do is I'll loosen the batten tension on the longest batten here, and then you can see the sail actually gets very flat and it gets very wrinkled, especially up in the front there where we have most of the shape. So the foot batten already has batten tension, so I'm going to tension this batten up. And then you want to move all the way up the sail. Make sure there's enough batten tension. Even in the top battens, it's going to require batten tension. You're not going to break the sail, you're not going to rip it, you're not going to damage the cloth. So don't be afraid, especially in the top, to put batten tension. You're not going to put as much batten tension in the top as you are in the bottom of the sail, because the battens are longer and there's a little bit more shape in the bottom of the sail. So that looks about right to at least get it on the water, and then you can play around with the settings a little bit depending on your skill level and how much wind you have and how much chop there is. Play with the outhole quite a bit. That'll be the first thing I would play with on the water, is the outhole, and then play around maybe with the downhole a little bit later. But looks like we're good to go. Alright, now I'm going to de-rig the Scream. Very easy process. Starting with the outhole. Going to loosen the outhole a little bit so I can take the rope off the clew pulley. I'm just going to move the back of the boom down so it makes it easy to get off. I'm going to go to my boom. Slide that down. Take the rope off. Boom off. You can also let on an RAF sail like this, you can also let the downhaul off if you wanted to before you take the boom off. There's no cams to fall off, so the sail just gets loose. Take the rope all the way out of the pulley and just start from the bottom, pushing the sail up. And then it's probably a little easier just to go up to the middle of the sail and start sliding it off the mast. Very easy, very little effort. Now we're going to fold the sail up, starting at the very head. Nice and tight. Finally, I'm going to tie me up, hook it over the button,